Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's another segment where I'll still give an update. Wanna foresee how some things still play. Alright, this explanation here is for those ones who are onto Casazione and those ones who are onto asilo ritirata. Talking about asilo ritirata, meaning to restart your asylum seeking again. And then that of the Casazione, meaning that you have placed your case on Supreme Court. Now there is a new element whereby people thinking that after Casazione, maybe a kind of like deny somebody, meaning that is the final stage of asylum seeking. No, after Casazione still deny person, you still have a right to go and request for asilo ritirata in order to restart the case. You understand? So this is what I'm here to explain to you guys, how asilo ritirata function. For example, a person go for a commission for the first time, and then this person receive a negative decision, going back to make recurso at tribunal, and then the tribunal still rejects this person. At the end of the day, they'll still try to make another recurso, making it 10 times. The tribunal still kind of like rejects this case again. They will refer you to a place known as Casazione. And then this Casazione, it has to be done with a professional lawyer. You understand? Not all lawyers can face the story of Casazione. That is why you see, in most time they charge 1,000 euro. They charge 1,000 euro for the lawyer to go for this Casazione. Now, at this junction or at this point, you have two options to make. Either you go for Casazione or you make what is known as asilo ritirata. Asilo ritirata function like this. For me, I will advise you to go for asilo ritirata. Why? Because if you make asilo ritirata, it will give you the possibility to restart the case again, and then you will have a permesso di soggiorno of 6 months. Then you wait for a commission, that is a new commission. But if you go to make a Casazione, at the end of the day, the Casazione will not need any evidence from you. They have to book the case there, and then the Casazione will look onto the case. After everything, the Casazione must still send you back to tribunal. Now, this is why I prefer people to go for this asilo ritirata. Let me explain to you guys how asilo ritirata function fast, because I don't want to waste time on this particular video. Now, asilo ritirata function in such a way that after the negative and everything, then you find a lawyer to book your case on another questura to demand for asilo ritirata, stating that you want to restart your case again. This is the meaning of this asilo ritirata. And then guys, here comes a mistake whereby people kind of like try to change their story, stating because you are not doing asilo ritirata to start a new case, in that reason or in that extent, you have to kind of like take a new story. No, it is very wrong. You don't have to take a new story, because even if you make asilo ritirata in another questura, that questura will send that demand to the first questura where you went for your commission at the first time. So if the story did not tally, or if you change your story, meaning that you don't know what you are requesting for, that is to say your story is not genuine. You understand? So that is why it is not good for you to change your story. If you do asilo ritirata, you have to still be using the same story. You understand? Now, let me give you guys explanation based on this asilo ritirata. When you make asilo ritirata, at the end of the day, there is two options. If the territorial commission kind of like wish to give out documents to you, then they will grant you documents. But if they decide no, that they are not giving the person documents, there is two things involved. These two things involved is that they will give the person negative for the first time again, and then stating that the person have to be inadmissible. In English is called inadmissibility. Then in Italian is called inammissibilità. Inammissibilità means that this person they gave negative again for the first time, this person cannot renew his permesso di soggiorno of 6 months again, because they have given a negative, at the same time place a A4 size stating that they have placed inammissibilità. At this junction, you need a lawyer to go and fight against this case. First, have it in mind that taking a lawyer in this point is that you are giving that particular lawyer two works at the same time, because first, the lawyer will now fight a case to the judge, stating that you are requesting to be regular in tanto the judge decide on your case. So at this point, the lawyer will now a book your recurso stating the reason why you have to have the international protection, and then send everything to the tribunal with the paper requesting for you to be regular to remove that inadmissibility. Then if the judge see the case filed based on your story and everything by your lawyer, if the judge see that yes, there is a light for this person to have documents or one or two things, the judge will now send what is called sospensiva. In Italian, is called sospensiva. This sospensiva now, meaning that the judge have already suspended that inadmissibility, stating that you cannot renew your permesso di soggiorno. At this point, then the judge will now forward that sospensiva to your lawyer, and then your lawyer will now send it to you. With that paper, is A4 size. You can take it to the questura and renew your permesso di soggiorno, because the judge has stated that you have to be regular in tanto they look onto your case and know if they are giving you documents or not. So that is the first step for you to know that asilo ritirata is better than going to do Cassazione. So guys, it's just a little bit explanation. And then for those of you who have not seen where Paola Obenati di Remini stated that changing your story is not that too wise, let's watch the video and see how it looks like.
In molti mi hanno fatto questa domanda. Quando faccio la domanda reiterata di asilo, posso cambiare la mia storia? La mia risposta è: bisogna sempre dire la verità. Quindi se cambiare la storia vuole dire inventare una storia, allora no, non si può fare. Infatti devi sapere che quando fai domanda di asilo o domanda reiterata di asilo, tu stai chiedendo allo Stato italiano di aiutarti, perché se torni nel tuo paese ci può essere per te molto pericolo. Per questo lo Stato italiano ti aiuta, ti chiede di raccontare la tua storia, che cosa ti è successo, ma ti chiede di dire la verità. Inoltre devi sapere che quando fai una domanda di asilo reiterata verrà esaminata dalla stessa commissione che ha guardato la tua prima domanda di asilo, anche se fai la reiterata in una città diversa. Quindi, se cambi la storia, la commissione se ne accorgerà e dirà che stai raccontando una storia inventata. Fai attenzione, quando fai la domanda di asilo o la reiterata vengono prese le impronte e con le tue impronte è possibile ritrovare tutti i tuoi documenti e quindi anche la prima storia che avevi raccontato. Quindi la risposta posso cambiare la storia è: non si possono dire storie false, bisogna sempre dire la verità. Ma se per caso nel tuo paese è successo qualcosa di nuovo, ci sono delle nuovi fatti che sono successi alla tua famiglia, o vuoi raccontare la verità sulla tua storia, su qualcosa che non hai mai avuto il coraggio di raccontare prima, allora il mio consiglio è: prima di fare la reiterata, parlane con un avvocato di cui ti fidi, che ti possa dare dei consigli e aiutare a presentare bene la domanda reiterata.
Yes, I hope you have seen the video. So that is just it. What you guys have to understand that once you make your asilo ritirata, it is not wise for you to go there and change your story again. Make use of one story. The only thing you have to do there is to bring new evidence, because asilo ritirata, all they need is new evidence, because they are going to send that document back to the first questura where you go for your commission. If there is no new evidence, meaning that you are not qualified to have the document again. Doing asilo ritirata to restart your case does not need that you have to go and state everything you stated before. No, you have to bring a new element stating more proof for you to have documents. For example, if now you are asking for this asilo ritirata, there is a problem in your country of origin, it's an excuse, it's an evidence. If you have lived in the country, you have participated, going for the language school, you have worked with a contract, even expired or not, all those things are evidence which you are going to place, because according to the Decreto di Sicurezza of Lamorgese, the Ministro dell'Interno have stated that those ones who have been integrated here in Italy, they have the possibility to have the 2 years document known as special protection. So guys, have it in mind that whenever you are going for your asilo ritirata or going for commission or any of the appeal, have it in mind, always take things that you have done in the country to present to them so that this new decreto de sicurezza will favor you, you understand? So that is to let you know, it's better you go for asilo ritirata than doing this Cassazione, you understand? So it depends on you, anyone you want to do, but for me, I just wish to kind of like choose the one of this asilo ritirata. I think it's better for people to do that one. So guys, that is it. If you feel like say you never go subscribe to that Prince TV, go there, go subscribe. Una not subscribe to that place. Facebook people, all these things when they watch, it already did there. You understand? So Mona go subscribe for that place. We be there live yesterday because una not there that place. Una not see waiting we do. Mona go they subscribe for that Prince TV. So that when they get my updates on time, give una how it they happen. Mona see how things they play. Till next time again we be together. I remain your boy Prince TV. Ciao.